Welcome, everybody. Show yourselves. Remember, if you don't show up here, how are you going to show up to your clients? So please show me your beautiful faces. Hi, Deborah. How are you?
Good.
Hi, Marcus. Good morning. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for
I
having
see
me.
some really, really awesome, beautiful faces. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. This is really good because we get to share some information with you guys that is really relevant and will help you obviously grow your business. And I love these intimate office hours that we have. And of course, they're only growing. So thank you so much for showing up. That's the first thing I can expect from you. And of course, your clients also expect that. The first thing is to show up, right? How you show up matters. What your mindset says to you matters. So I'll start in a minute with everybody. I want to kind of go over the buyer guides that everybody has been really crazy about. And like I always tell people, unfortunately, I do not have some of the stuff. We had to kind of just really quickly scan this yesterday because my hard drive crashed a few months ago and all of this data was in there. So I can't just put up those files in Street Text. So that's the reason you guys are here. So I'm going to share that with you. But we can just dive right into it. Are we ready, Vienne, Lorraine? Ready? Awesome. Okay, so you see this right here. That's the first thing I want to share with you guys is that, our academy, obviously, this is the ISA course. I know some of you guys are already registered for the next one starting, I believe, mid-January or end of January, I believe. Lisa, you're on. I think a couple of your other ISAs are on here as well. We did set 172 phone appointments for our last group. We had about 6 ISAs that were really dialing, but we had 15 ISAs that were registered. I like to keep this group very intimate because I want to be able to coach them. I want to be able to dive into the scripts, objection handling. I want to really be a part of your business. So what I do is I do role plays with them. I actually start off with mindset, affirmation, all of that good stuff. I start off with really focusing on them and how they're thinking. And then once I get to know them, we do have a private WhatsApp group that we form only with the ISAs. And every single day, Lorraine will go, my director of ops will dive into that group and do a check with them. We'll do a self-check with them with affirmations. We'll do a self-check with them as what are they feeling at the moment before they dial. Because remember, guys, before our ISAs dial, your mindset has to be there. Because if you're a negative mindset at that point, those dials are not going to work out for them, right? For you, it's going to impact your business. So we train them with mindset, with affirmations, and then diving to dialing. And if they get rejections, which I've seen a lot of on Street Text lately, a lot of you guys are talking about, hey, my leads are not answering the calls, or they're hanging up on me, or they're cursing at me, or whatever that might be. How do you shift that mindset into just saying, all right, let's keep moving, let's keep dialing, let's dial up the heat on the ads. When you get those kind of rejections, how do you keep the ad flow going? Don't stop at that moment. Don't turn off your ads. Keep going, because the minute you turn off the ads and it starts shrinking, you're going to go into a downfall. So that's another thing we share with the ISA course as well. All right, so I'm going to just start into this lesson really quickly. Office hours, it's all about you guys. How is your business doing? I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to ask you guys, what are you here for? Talk to me. We'll have one-on-one conversation with this whole team here, with this whole group. Where do you see a lack in your business? How do you want us to help you? Or even right now, what do you need help in? Talk to me. Go for it, Lisa.
Well, this is my 3rd year in real estate. My first year, I had no closings. My second year, I had 28. And then the first 4 months of this year, I had 12. And then I took a couple months off because I was sick. I just can't get going again. I don't know what to do. I can't get a client. I just can't seem to get anything to click. And I'm in a panic right now.
Okay. First off, don't be in a panic. Okay. Change your mindset. That's first advice I would give you. Do your affirmations. It all comes down to what you put out there in the universe, guys. I believe in that very strongly. Our business is feast or famine. You know that. But how do you make it a feast every single month, consistently closing 10 to 14 transactions a month? So, Lisa, I really like your question. My daughter is in her first year, actually her second year. First year, she closed quite a bit. Second year, she's closing. She's on track to close 50 transactions herself. How did she and how is she doing it? I really asked her to be here, but she couldn't because she's on appointments. But I will bring her to one of these office meetings so you can pick her brain, right? She also has street text leads that come into her. She also does the dials with our ISAs. It's not only, I don't only run the academy, I am actually talking to my leads. If you go on my Learn with John Key Facebook group, you will see that my calendar for today is posted there, right? So I'm constantly talking to clients as well. How do you change? Are your leads on right now, Lisa?
Yeah, I'm getting lots of leads. I've been getting like around 10 a day.
Okay.
And then, so
that's great.
I was calling them all, but I find that they're mostly all fake phone numbers, or they don't answer, or they're just like you're saying, they're mad. So now I've been trying to give them some value before I contact them. So I like send them the CMA or put them up on a property search and send them a couple emails and stuff. And then I start calling, and people are starting to respond to me a little bit instead of, because they say speed the lead. So I was doing that, but that seemed to, with the tags, I think that's putting people off more than it's helping.
So one thing I realized with seller leads, speed to lead doesn't matter. They don't want you to call them. They just want information. So if you guys are running seller leads, please do not call them immediately. Text them saying, hey, hi, is this Jonathan? And if they say, yes, this is Jonathan. All right, great. I got your request that you had asked for. I got your request for knowing what the value of your property is. And I'm working on it, and I will send it to you as soon as possible. In fact, I will also share with you market update about your neighborhood. How does that sound? And leave it at that. Ask them the question, because whenever you ask the question, you are in the lead. You're in the driver's seat, right? So ask them that question. How does that sound? Send them a text and just say, how does that sound? Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't call them. With seller leads, they get very annoyed at you and will hang up with you if you call them. Doesn't work with me. So
and when you call them, they also start unsubscribing and blocking you too. So I stopped doing it.
Exactly. So do not call them. Just kind of like, see what the conversation is all about, right? Wet them out first. Do not just go diving and calling seller leads, only because from my experience, seller leads do not want to hear from you. They're having tons of agents call them because they're probably subscribed so many other places, right? So that's what I say about seller leads. Buyer leads, I'm telling you, if your first 5 years in business, I'm on my 18th year of business, and I'm not running any seller. I think only one seller ad. I'm running all buyer ads because that is the secret. You guys don't underestimate the power of these buyer leads, all right? They are the low-hanging fruits. You got to understand something. If you are in this business and you need business immediately in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days, you don't have a pipeline, you don't have closings, you're not out there showing properties, then we have a problem. Right? You're not listing properties, but you're not showing properties either. Then there's a problem there, right? So the way and the way to overcome that is just switch on your buyer leads and see what happens. With me, with our team, we've got major success with the buyer leads. Now I'll tell you another secret, and it's no secret. Everyone knows this. With my buyer leads, what I do is I also get sellers out of it because they're looking to upgrade, especially in this environment, in this market, especially because the rates are going up. I kid you not, there are times when my director of ops is talking to people at 9:00 at night because that's when people are available, right? Change your schedule a little bit in this market. Accommodate the client. I know we have a life. I get it. But maybe have an admin do that.
I don't care about 9:00 at night. It's fine with me.
If they respond to you and they want to talk to you, talk to them. That's what I say. Talk to them. Because don't just say, oh, it's 9:00. I can get on the phone right now. Does that paycheck matter to you? Does that client matter to you? Does that relationship matter to you? Right? Ask yourself those questions. So I think first thing you need to do, Lisa, is definitely turn on your buyer ads, and start connecting with those buyer ads. And second, if you do want, you can sign up, you can, or have an ISA, hire an ISA part-time. You don't have to. You do not have to do that. Please, by no means am I coursing anyone to do this. But if you want to see some sort of leverage in your business, you want to see the phone appointments coming through, then definitely get that ISA or the buyer's agent, ISA or that admin in place. In your case, Lisa, I would say don't need to hire anybody. Just you come to the training. We will teach you the scripts and all of that other stuff if you feel that that's what the help you need. A lot of people say, okay, I've got the phone appointments. I don't know how to convert. Some people say, hey, I just want the phone appointments. I'm a conversion queen. It's all up to you how you run your business. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Awesome. You're welcome. Any other questions, you guys?
I do, Janky.
Yes,
So I'm kind of in the opposite direction where, we had a tremendous year last year. So I had 69 sales on my own, plus started a team of 6 other agents now that I'm dedicated to getting them to up to at least 24 sales in a year, getting them to be top producers. But so my stress comes from, and I've had a little issue, and Ira's been great. Those guys have been great about trying to help me figure it out, because for some reason my last ads have just been not bringing in things and trying to figure out what's going on, but they're helping me figure out what's up. But talking with the ISAs, I'm struggling with the idea of, now that you have I'm like you had said one time that you didn't hire any agents because nobody can do what you do. All right. And so I'm that type A personality too. And yet on the same token, I have 6 people's lives in my hands. And I am trying to I've done it different ways where I've taken all the leads myself, and then I kind of dole them out as I've connected or done the thing. I've also done some training where I'm trying to trust them to do the video emails rather than just a normal email, do the follow-up. And we just actually had a listing appointment with a street text lead that she's been working on since October. So Lisa, well, that's one thing, keep going with them. It does work, it does pay off, because it's springtime. People are going to get ready to sell. But I'm just hoping and wondering that you have some advice as to, should I keep everything in my name? How do I bring the team involved into it? Should I rechange all my marketing stuff so like right now, the first video that goes out says, hey, I received your request for a market evaluation. I'm on it. And then my team is one of the people that are doing it. And I'm like, oh, I should probably change that. Any advice there? Because that's one of the things that I'm struggling. Do I keep them, get the appointment, and then hand them out? Or do I just adjust my street text to the team? Because now that you have a daughter, how have you done it?
It's all me. It's all me, baby. Okay. I convert and I just send it out. The reason why I do that is because I know that I can talk to the client. She's learning also, and she started doing this. But there's a sense of, not trust, but with the other realtors that I had on board, it was completely a mess, because it wasn't about trust. It was about not doing the job right. It was the fire was not under them because they were splitting the commissions with us. And it was a whole mess of their mindset, right? So first and foremost, it's about your mind, about training your team, about mindset. But with your question, all the leads, all the phone appointments come to me. And then I'm the one who first talks to the lead, so they know who I am, and they know that, hey, this is John Key. You're talking to John Key. You're not talking to anyone else, because they want that connection with you. They don't want to be thrown to someone else, according to them, right? And once I talk to them, once I have a Zoom meeting with them, I will introduce my agent there at the Zoom meeting. When I do a live Zoom buyer consult or a seller consult, I will introduce my agent to them, and I'll say, this is Simran. She's going to be helping you guys find that home that you've been talking to me about. And then Simran will slowly come in and start talking about, you know what, this is the area I really think you should go. And I'll be talking more about their home. Hey, talk to me a little bit about, have you done any upgrades to the home? We had 5 Zoom meetings, I believe, Tuesday, I believe. Oh, no, Monday. Sorry. 5 Zoom meetings back to back to back. And we converted 4 of them, which were looking to buy and sell. So all of them, she did the buyer consult, I did the seller consult, and it worked like a charm. So try that. Do a Zoom introducing them softly, but you are the face of the team. Don't you forget that, because it is your team. You're the team leader. You're the CEO of your team. You need to show up and you need to be there for the Zoom meetings.
It's always interesting because we always get that conflicting information of let go, Lisa, you need to let go.
Yeah,
and then I'm like,
I don't believe let go to a certain degree only and only because you are letting it go, but they're connecting with you in the beginning.
Right.
The ads say Lisa, the ads say your team name. Right. Then don't just ignore them. Do the introduction. Now, there are people that say let it go. It's not a bad thing. It's a good advice. Yes, Jennifer. Let it go. It's a good advice. But I say you are the team leader. You need to run the show in the beginning, because the way I do it is a phone appointment comes to me. The warm transfer comes to me from my ISA. I convert it and then I let it go. That's it. I don't talk to them until the closing at that point.
Okay, I can hang up now. I'm happy. Thanks, Janky.
See you later. All right. Any other questions before we move on? No question. Yeah. Deborah, did you have a question? No.
Mute.
Oh, okay. There you
Hi, Janky.
Hi.
Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed.
Oh my goodness. No, don't feel that way.
I've been doing street text and it's not street text. I'm doing something wrong. And I've been doing it for probably a year and a half. I have not closed anybody. I know I should. I don't call very many people, but I do. They're all on the drips. And, I'll check in with people, but I don't have. So I did just get an ISA. If I'm not going to call them, somebody's got to do it.
Absolutely.
I do like your suggestion of just doing buyer leads, but this year has started. I don't have anything in the pipeline, but my husband broke his ankle, and because he broke his ankle, I might as well have. It changes your whole way of doing things, and my daughter has COVID. So, but somebody's got to make a living here.
Yeah.
So I need to get on track.
Okay. So my advice to you is, sorry to cut you off, but the first thing is change your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You're not cursed. The more you focus on negativity, the more negative is going to come to you. I'm a strong believer in that, you guys. So you got to change your mindset. The more you think a negative thought, the more negativity is you're attracting it. So what you focus on is what you're going to get, right? Affirmations, you guys. I'm a big believer in affirmations. I do it every single day, no matter how I wake up, no matter when my dogs woke me up. It doesn't matter whether I've had sleep or not, but right after my shower, I say my affirmations to myself in front of that mirror. Why? Why do I do that? Why is it so important? Because what you think right here is how you're going to act for the entire day. So I would love for you to change your mindset and say, all right, I know I have all these issues. It's okay. It's going to go away. And I'm going to focus on business, because the more business that I focus on, the more I'm going to get. So what are you doing every single day? The one thing that you're doing every single day that'll change your business in the next 30, 60, 90 days. What are you doing?
I'm just trying different things.
Trying different things. Okay.
Yeah, trying.
Okay. Your ISA, how is your ISA full-time, part-time?
Part-time.
All right. What are they dialing on? What is your CRM? All of that matters, right? How are you introducing them to the CRM, right? That is so important as well, right? What have you taught them so far? You need to take time out to train them. And if you don't have that time because your hands are full, send them to my ISA course. I will train them, right? Again, I'm answering your questions to help you to the best results you can get. Now, you want phone appointments? You definitely need to send them to my ISA course to turn that into phone appointments. So the leads that you say are not working, I don't believe that at all, because the leads are working. It's the kind of leads you're running. What is it that, and are you running the leads that are not being productive in your area? What is the graph looking like? Now, I'm no street text pro here, but I know Marcus has taught me a little bit of that. And I've gone to those classes that they have. I look at the graph. I look at that little squiggly line. Is it going up? The yellow one? Is it red? Is it green? What is it doing? How many leads, how many email leads I've got? Yes, my director of ops looks at it every 3 times a week and analyzes it. And then if something is off, she emails support. She says, hey guys, I have a question. How does this work? Right? So I have the infrastructure to do that. But if you're a single agent, categorize on your calendar the time that you want to focus on just looking at the kind of leads you're getting, right? If you see those leads are not working in your funnels, then talk to Street Text. They're there for a reason. Support is there for a reason, right? They might take a little bit of time, and that's okay, but do reach out to them, right? That's what I say.
I turned off my ads because I just needed to regroup,
Okay.
So can I jump in, Janky? Because Janky, you and I are like soul sisters, because this is what I train my team into with all the whole mindset. And affirmations are something we have to do on a daily basis in our messenger. Deborah, have you ever read this book?
Yeah, that is a good book, by the way.
This is like my Bible. If I need to get going, you don't have to start at the beginning. You can open it up and it's amazing. It will pop up. Right.
This is exactly what I have on my desk. I have this right here. I have a deck. Every day I come to the office, this deck is there for me. I pull out a card, do I turn it around, and that's my affirmation for the day in my office. Right?
Sorry for the interruption. Can someone put that name of the book and the author on a chat? And we can write it down.
Yeah, I'm sure, Lisa, if you can do that. If I could turn around and show you the books that I have here. In fact, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to do this. So here we go. Walk with me. These are my books right here. These are my books I read. Okay. How successful people, I don't know if you guys can see it, how successful people lead, how successful people think. And these are all my other books right here. Okay. Here is another book I have, you guys. Believe in Yourself. Right here. That's another book I have. 100 Days of Brave, right? That's another book I have. Look, all of us have these issues. And that's my dad. All of us have these issues where, we do get into the negative mindset. But my office is completely surrounded by affirmations. It's how you surround yourself, you guys. It's so important. These affirmations right here is important, right? They're important to me because when I walk into this office, I need to see what my business looks like to me daily. Here are some additional affirmations, right? And of course, when my team is with me constantly, here are those affirmations right there. So what you surround yourself with is going to be very important. The affirmations, the inner talk you do daily is going to be very important, right? So I encourage you, Deborah, to do something like this. I'm not asking you to do completely this, but maybe put something little on your desk, right? Put something that will keep your mindset positive. Now, talking about the leads, change the lead type if it's not working for you. Have Street Text help you with that, right? Find out who can help you there. Talk to your coach and kind of dive into, changing the lead type. And then connect your ISA, train them once, 1 hour or 2 hours a day. Take out that time because that's what someone has to bring in the paycheck, you said, right? So train your ISA, and I was there once. And that's why I'm telling you this, train your ISA, take time out 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day, or send them to my training and talk to them about your leads, where you want them to focus on, what you want them to say. Send them scripts, do role play, do objection handling, train them. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question, please.
I'm sorry?
Can I ask you a question, please?
Sure, yes.
So I know you said that you've been in business for 18 years, but when you started, I'm sure that you did not have ISA.
No.
So for those people that you do not have ISA, how do you devise the time? Obviously, you become someone that behind the desk that you want to go show homes, you want to answer the emails, you want to send alerts from the MLS, you want to do, you're just you're basically yourself and you're trying to run a business. What do you suggest the best way to break the week in order to achieve the goal that you want to achieve for someone that does not have ISA? How do you handle the business?
That is a wonderful, wonderful, awesome question, Samson. Properties and real estate. I don't know what your name is. So anyway.
My name is Samson.
Samson, there you go. All right. So that's a great question, Samson. The way, and I have been there. I don't know if you know my story, but I lost everything, 10 years ago. I lost my home. I lost my 401k. My husband lost his job. I had no business. That's when the crash of the market happened. Okay. So I lost everything. And I only had my kids, I had to send them I was on unemployment and I had to send my kids to, before we moved here. And this is home. California is home. That's where I was in New Jersey, where I lost everything, my home to foreclosure and all of that. And, of course, when I had this pivotal moment while driving in our Odyssey van with $1,500, I did not know how I was going to survive. All right, Samson, I did not know when my next move was going to be. I did not know anything, but my dad said, "Come home." And this hits home. All right, because this is my big why. And those who are struggling right now, I'm going to tell you, no matter where you are, you're going to get through this. And the way I did it, and when I came here with the $1,500 and I stayed in one bedroom with my kids, young kids, and my little puppy, it was not easy. So I told myself, I'm going to get my real estate license. I got my real estate license. Of course, I failed first time, second time I passed. I joined a company where all the top realtors closed their doors, never wanted to help me. I don't know why, because I was ready to give almost 50 to 60% of my commission to them. I did not know the laws of California, you guys. I did not know anything here. But that's when I decided I'm going to do something about this. I had no closings. How am I going to feed my children? All right. How am I going to, put food on the table? What am I going to do? Even though I was living with mom and dad at the age of 38 or whatever that was. I don't even remember the age. But that's when I told myself, my big why came in. And this is why I'm telling you my story. The big why matters. Your big why matters. All right. So for everyone out there that's a single agent, what is your big why? Start from that. And every single day when I put my feet on the ground, when I wake up in the morning, I remember my big why. How can I help another person become successful in either real estate or their home buying and selling process? How can I help them? That's where my mindset goes first thing in the morning, not anything else. All right. And you guys might think, oh my God, she's crazy. But no, that is what wakes me up and keeps me on my toes. And that's why my tears roll down so quickly, because I know my big why. Samson, the way to answer your question is, how do you do it all? I broke 7 times teams that I built. All right. Because I just couldn't connect with them. I broke 7 teams that I built and I broke them because I had to fire all the realtors. The way I started this time around, I connected with Street Text. 3 months into Street Text, I was going to give up because I did not like the leads I was getting. What I did is I stayed focused. I connected with Street Text. I connected with Marcus. And I was so bogged down with the Street Text leads I was getting and the CMA, I had to kind of put my mindset to, okay, how am I going to handle this? I started dialing, but I knew my big why was so close to me that when I dialed those dials, I knew at that moment that people are going to hang up on me. And they did. So the first thing you do is set your calendar right. You do dials from 9 to 10 or 9 to 12 every single morning. All right. That is your lead generation time. And then after your lunch, you do lead conversion and go on appointments. I probably had 3 appointments all done by myself, but I was seeing that I was behind the desk so much. So what I did is I said, okay, I'm getting so many leads. I don't know what to do with them. I need help. And the first person I hired was my ISA besides my transaction coordinator. All right. So I hired a part-time ISA to make those dials. I built out a system and I started focusing on what I knew from the past. All right. And I knew how to talk. I knew how to convert, but I did not know how to talk initially to those leads. That's something I don't like to do. So I leveraged it out. All right. And slowly I started building that up to where I started only going on appointments. And after that, it all fell in place, obviously slowly. But I built it to where I first hired an ISA. I trained them an hour or two, which advice I just gave Deborah. I trained them an hour or two a day. And I really focused on how they're talking to people. What are they saying to people? Are they resonating with how I talk to people? Right? So you've got to train them to how you want to be showcased initially out there with them. I hope I answered your question. I know I told you a little bit more than I should, but that big why matters. Because
what a success story. Congratulations. So can I do a follow-up question? If I'm taking too much time, I'll shut up and I don't talk.
No problem. Please do.
I know that you are doing this meeting in concurrence with Street Text. I have had for last 4 months paid in tune of many, many $1,000s to Facebook. But to be honest with you, 90+% of my leads, it was just the same story that a previous lady mentioned, that when she calls back, they're either a Hollywood numbers or fake number, which is the same thing. The Hollywood number, for those of you that know what I mean, is when you watch a movie in TV or in a movie theater, they start with certain prefix, but then their number is 555 dash something like 2300. So every time you dial 555, you know that that's a fake number. And I really have not had any luck with Facebook ads because the quality of the people, and I'm not going to mention which or what, but it has not been there. I do get leads. I'm not saying I don't get leads, but every one of those leads are a corrupt leads. I mean, either they're not qualified or they don't answer the phone, or they just say, yeah, we were just, window shopping. So how do you, I know that you're, like I said, you are doing this with Street Text, and you did mention, as I heard you, that in the first 3 months, the Street Text leads were not responding back to you. So how do you conquer other leads from somewhere else, or how do you conquer the lead accessibility or conversion? My problem has been conversion. My problem has not been leads. My problem has been conversion and finding clients.
Okay, so that is a question that a lot of people have. How do I convert the leads, right? And that is something that I do when I get the phone appointment set. Okay, let's rewind where you said, Street Text. I have Street Text, but this is not a Street Text event, right? This is the Janki Patel Training Academy event. So Street Text really doesn't have anything to do with it. The best thing about Street Text is that they support me and Marcus is always here to support, and they support all their clients. It's not only me. So they're there to help you. And that's the reason Marcus is here as well. If you have any lead ad questions, he's there for you. So getting the type of leads matter. For me, again, like I said, in the first 3 months, the seller leads did not work for me. I stuck to what works for me, and that is those buyer leads. They work like a charm for me, and I stuck to them. And that's where my business is coming from. On the seller leads, 9 out of 10 times, you will receive full leads. We have maybe got 2 or 3 wrong numbers or fake numbers, maybe. Now, Lorraine, if you're here, if you can tell me how many fake numbers our ISA can report back to you. We've not had many fake numbers, so to speak. So the type of lead, the type of ad you run out there is important, right? So just remember that, what is it that you want to accomplish in your business? What is in your blueprint of your business? I don't call it a business plan. I call it a blueprint. Tristan Almada, my very dear friend, has taught me that it's not business planning. It's a blueprint you want to create for your business. And so I have a blueprint for my business of how many buyers I want to attract, how many sellers I want to attract. From those buyer leads that I have, I'm automatically getting the seller leads because I don't have to compete with 10 different realtors for seller leads. I only have to compete with myself at that point, So it's a type of leads you run that's going to be important so you don't get those Hollywood numbers. And it's worked like a charm for me. All right, guys, we're going down really close to what I really want to share with you guys today. And the main reason, one of the main reasons for this office hours is this little beauty that all of you guys were so much attracted to. So I want to talk about this really quickly. Actually, if you go on a little bit to the previous slides, Vian, real quickly, I do want to tell you guys that lots of you guys have questions here. Your ISA courses are going to start January, I think, 18th. 21st, please sign up there if you'd like to, get phone appointments, up to you. And then, of course, for realtors who are independent realtors who do not have an ISA, we've got a course here for you that I'll train you on the conversions. I will train you on, basically everything I'm training the ISAs with. And then, of course, the follow-up process. My follow-up process is so streamlined with Chime. The CRM that I have. And then, of course, we will set up your Chime because, again, this was because of so many questions and requests we created. And we also hired with my database manager an admin that will help you set up your Chime system for you. And, of course, the office hour and the admin training. If you guys have admins that need to be trained and really need to know how we do the showing appointments where I just show up for the appointments, it's all right there. That's something else we have. All right. Let's dive into this, baby. So this is a folder that, and these are the books that, of course, my analytical husband, who is a systems analyst, helped me build out. And this is no rocket science, you guys. The buyer guides, the seller guides are right here. All of what is included in the buyer guides is right there, okay? All of that is right here in these books. Okay, and we've given you that syllabus right there. Mainly, you want to showcase this at your Zoom meeting. When you're meeting your clients on Zoom with the buyer consultation, I talk about this is the guide you're going to get. And in this guide, we cover any questions you may have because we also, and a lot of people want to know the process. What is the buying process, right? How do I don't know if you guys can see this, but here is the buying process right here. We give them a table to kind of share with them exactly what is included in the guide, or what is included when they buy a home. So it's right here. We also talk about the difference between a pre-qualification and pre-approval. Simple things that a first-time home buyer needs to know. Now, if they're not first-time home buyers, we don't give that book to them. We give them the seller guide, okay? The seller guide also consists of a lot of information, but the main thing is, what is your value proposition? What is it that you want to give them that they will say, yes, I want to hire you because this is the information that you're giving us, all right? So here's that information. We give them everything that is included in our our value proposition. We give them information about the absorption rate, competing properties that have sold in that area, odds of selling in this market. There are no, there's, you're going to get a great price for your home. We also talk to them a little bit about why listing strategy is very important. What you list out there in terms of price is going to be very important. How it will attract those buyers to come in the home. We also talk a little, there we go, the flyers, the postcards. A lot of people ask me about postcards. Do we send out digital postcards? Yes, we do. Because right now, digital is more attractive than just sending them out in the mail. So we do both. We do circle prospecting around that. There's another flow chart that we have there. We also share with internet, like, we are EXP. So I'm with EXP. So I share with them where where their listing will go, what kind of websites, all of that good stuff, right? We share that with them. We talk a lot about our social media and our Yelp reviews, why that is so important. There you have it right there. But the main thing is the process and the cost. When they talk about commission objection, hey, XYZ is giving me 4%. Can you match it? All right. Is XYZ giving you this right here? Is what I say. All right. So over here in this chart right here, I let them know what the bottom line is that's going to cost me to really sell their home. All right, guys. Anywhere from staging to contractors to painting to moving to window washing, you name it. My social media, what I do, professional design, postcards, mailing to our databases, my radio show. I talk a lot about that. And all of that good stuff is right here. So bottom line, the cost is going to cost me this much. I even tell them that. Now, during the transaction, what is it that you do, Mrs. Realtor? Because you talk a lot about, you're one of the topmost, your value proposition. Well, I have 174 tasks that my team does. All right. Now, this is the list that we put together. My husband and I put together, and here is the list. Pre-listing activities. What do we do when we're pre-listing it? I hope I could show this to you right here. Pre-listing activities. What do I do? All these things that are being done at pre-listing activity. Then I go into listing appointment, right? What do we do there? Presentation. After listing the agreement to sign, what are we doing? Okay. Then we talk about what to do, what else we do for you when the listing is on the market. Where do we advertise it, right? What is a referral network program all about? After we receive an offer and contract, what are we doing? And the tracking of the loan process, who tracks that, right? Of course, we have people on our team that tracks all of this. I'm not tracking all of this because this is called working in my business. I'm not going to work in my business. I'm going to go on to the next listing appointment, right? I'm going to get those listings ready. I'm going to get those buyers ready for closings. Because remember, my goal is 10 to 14, which has been the average last year, 10 to 14 transactions a month. I want to continue doing that, right? How do I consistently continue to do that, right? So here is that, all the information. What most agents offer versus what the John T. Patel team offers is right here, broken down for them. Lisa, this would be good for you because you asked me that question. This is where your value proposition also comes in place. We say we just don't list the property and put a sign out there. We actually have a staff that puts everything together, and we actually have a Calendly link, whatever that might be, right? We put it all right here regarding availability, services, staffing, advertising, and signage. It's all right here for them. We also talk a little bit about don't list your home before you read this. I think it's so important for people to know, don't just go to any realtors. I'm going to tell you what other realtors will do and what I will do, your value proposition. The life of an escrow. You guys can get this from your escrow company, you guys. Life of an escrow, put that in your guides. That's very important because it's already made for you. You don't have to redesign or reinvent that. We have closing cost. Get that from your county or get that from your title company again. Put it in that book. California property real estate taxes. When are they due, right? That's going to be important. Those dates. Glossary of terms. We say initial deposit. We say days on the market. What does all that mean? That's jargon to them. Put it on this guide so they know what you're talking about. They don't ever have to question you. You just need to tell them what happens next. And you will get great reviews once you give them this information. At the end of the day, utilities. Remember, at the closing, they'll always ask you, hey, who do I call to change my utilities? What's next? Don't ever have them ask you what's next. You provide it to them. All right? Santa Clara County, Alameda County. That's your seller guide. All right. Now, this is one of my favorites, and I know I'm going over time, and then my team is just yelling at me. Okay. Selling and buying process. Okay, this is what has helped me the most win my listing appointments. I am showing them the process. If you're looking to buy and you're looking to sell, what do you need to do? All right. So here I have anywhere from what will you need up front when you're buying and you're looking to sell. You'll need earnest money, inspection fees, appraisal fees, all of that good stuff, right? You need to get pre-approved. And I need to come over and do your CMA for you. But it also gives you the buying process right here. And then how we're going to sell it. Something called rent back. How are we going to do the rent back feature? How can we make sure that you close both homes on time? You have to go non-contingent. All right, let's talk to the lender and see how can we make sure that you will be able to get the loan and the property will appraise. That is our job as realtors to help them. And that's it. That's it for these templates that you guys all asked about.
So how do we get that template?
Excuse me?
How do we get that template?
I don't sell these. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
You can definitely take my class if you want. I mean, I provide them there. My ISAs, my follow-up course, I think, provides this to them because this is a part of the follow-ups that they will be doing, right? Value proposition. Thank you, John, for that compliment. I appreciate you. But look, it's so easy, you guys. Don't make this complicated. Get information from your lender. Get information from your title company. What do? You've been in the business 2 years, 1 year. What have you done in the past 1 year? What is your value proposition? What are the things during a transaction that you do? Put it on paper and get a printer to design something like this, right? It took us at least a couple of months and a lot of headaches because he's very analytical. Again, my husband is an analytical engineer. He's a processor where he wants everything detailed. And that's what went in these books, right? So you guys could do it, but just put your systems in place. If you need help with that, we've got our academy to help you.
So you basically have a class that people sign up to your class, and then you will provide us with all these material that you just flashed on the screen.
I don't provide you with the material. I teach, I coach, I educate. On the follow-up courses, I actually dive into helping you with your CMA, CRM, how to put your leads in certain pipelines depending on the kind of CRM you have. So this material, I just don't hand materials out at my academy. I really want to make a difference in your business. So I really help you, with the scripts, the dialogues, like I said, with objection handling, with accountability. I also have workbooks, in our modules. We have workbooks in our modules, as you can see on the screen. We actually give you homework. We record the sessions for your admins or your ISAs or you, so you can always go back and listen in. And then at the very end, we kind of talk a little bit about these, these buyer and seller guides.
Or these are all web access credentials, like you provide us with the user ID and password, and then we can log in to the website to listen to module 3, module 4, module 5.
Yes, Vian, is that how it goes? Yes, right? They have their own.
Yes, boss. First they need to sign in, and then from there they need to enroll to the upcoming follow-up course, because the one that I've shown here is the one that is ongoing, so they can no longer sign in there. So they need to enroll here, and then from there they'll get all access to the PDF, the recordings. The recordings is the actual class that you're having. We're just posting it there so you can go back and for reference if you missed something or if you weren't able to attend the training itself.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Vian. All right, guys, it is top of the hour. Any other questions you have? All right.
Thank you, Janki.
Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Like I said, I'm here to help you guys. So whatever you need help with, you know where to reach out. And Marcus, thank you for being here. You're the best, always here to support everyone at Street Tech. So thank you for helping everyone here. Jennifer Salter, I'm ready. Okay. Give me some time. It's coming. Yeah. So guys, just, Jennifer is going to be one of our instructors as well on our academy. So I'm looking forward to building it out with her. She's also going to have, her video courses that, of course, my team, our course writer is going to help her build it out. And, hopefully soon you'll be able to sign up for her courses as well. So, all right. That's it.
Talk to you later.
Bye, guys. My team.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.